So my name is Gregory McKay. Currently I live in New Maryland, just on the outskirts of Fredericton, but I'm originally from Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. So my first electric vehicle I purchased used in August of 2019. That was a Nissan Leaf. It had a pretty small 24 kilowatt battery, certainly a shorter range hatchback. My rule of thumb was that I could still fold the seats down and put my road bike in the back. So it was a great little hauler, awesome for just point A to point B. It just made a lot of sense at the time. Last year, I decided to sell it and purchase a Tesla, the Model 3 SR Plus. I spent about 2 years looking at some of the vehicles that were coming out. What car companies seem to be really dedicated to electric vehicles. I think that's what's really necessary, is to get behind the wheel of one and drive it, to get an idea of like, oh, these do accelerate really well. These are really easy to drive, especially in city traffic. They can still hold up on the highway. You can maintain highway speeds. You can pass people with them. You can do everything you can really with a gas vehicle for most of your daily driving needs. I had really looked at more of an 8-year timeline and saying, what are my expenses right now? Having 2 children really makes you reset things as far as your family's finances, as far as your planning. When I looked at, okay, what am I putting into just vehicle maintenance costs? What am I putting into fuel? I had a lot of feedback from another resident who lives in New Maryland who also had a Nissan Leaf. He kind of gave me the thumbs up and said, you know what, go for it. That was kind of the basis for the changeover. And I had gone from driving the usual New Brunswick vehicles, like a Subaru, a Volvo. Prior to that, all-wheel drive. The New Brunswick, you must have this to drive in the winter New Brunswick vehicles. And so that was a big switch, going to a front-wheel drive electric and going, oh, this works too. So yeah, big change.